Hello out there. We're trying something new today. You know, we love movies, and there aren't as many women doing movie reviews, and I just don't feel like there are that many squirrels doing them either. So we decided to take a moment to talk about a new movie that we just went and saw and liked a whole lot. I mean, I think we both liked it, but we haven't talked about it until right now. And we're just doing a little review in support of this movie, Sketch. And I'm going to just assume that I can put the image of the movie poster right here. And we're going to talk about this movie. Let's get into it. Yeah. For me, I loved it. I think this is one of the best kid-friendly movies I've seen in ages. And I'm so appreciative that it's not a licensed character of any kind. It's something entirely new, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to come out to the theater and vote with our dollars on the opening week at least.
Right. Show support.
Because we saw Tony Hale's interview on The Daily Show. Right.
That was good.
It was good, and in it he was talking about the movie and talking about how it gets into things like grief and then he kind of caught himself and was like, no, it's a super fun movie. You should go see. And that cracked me up because I totally relate to the happy, sad quality. And sometimes you might lean into the importance of the sad and want to tell people, like, wait a second, no, it's so much fun. You're going to want it again and again.
Right.
So
it was fun. It was so much fun.
Yes. So I was like, we have to find out what this movie is about. I was laughing and crying, like, back and forth throughout. And I have lots to say about it, but Squirrel, I don't want to dominate. Like, what did you have to say?
I loved it too. Let's just get into it. Also, first of all, Real Cinemas, thanks for entertaining a squirrel. I'm glad you let me in. And
yes,
also,
hashtag Regal Squirrels.
Hashtag Regal.
Regal Squirrel.
Got my milk duds.
And, Regal Squirrel plan.
So trailers were awful.
Yes.
That was pretty bad. And then, never mind them.
Although, we should mention, okay, so two family movies, we don't have to, trounce them right now, but they look bad, and my 84-year-old mom who was with us definitely said out loud, I won't be coming back for that. Right. But then, this movie is associated with Angel, I guess it came out through Angel Studios.
Which we knew nothing about.
We knew nothing about, although Tony Hale in his interview said that it took him 8 years. He's been trying to get this movie out for 8 years. Definitely that sort of labor of love quality also made us interested to come see it. So who knows about the journey that took going through Angel Studios, but there was there was wording before the movie about has the Angel Studios stamp of approval. And judging from some comments, I'm not sure that everybody that follows that studio necessarily agrees. I agree. I agree that it's wonderful and great for kids. And what was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, the other trailers from that studio were a little odd. There's some movie coming out where some older man is joining a high school football team or something, and it's heartwarming.
Chickless, I think his name is the actor.
So anyway, that's a whole other thing. But Sketch is part of that studio. So anyway, yes, you were saying.
So it is a great kids film, and I know a lot of people might be like, kids film, what? But don't you worry about that. It does not talk down to you. It is not like a kids film. Look. It's poop and fart jokes for 90 minutes. This one's smart, funny. I loved it.
Yes. I would consider it like a family film, a family-friendly film.
Yep.
I was fully entertained. I think of it as a parent's film also.
Right. Totally.
Yes, completely.
I think it's got good lineage, if you like E.T. We're going all the way back to the 80s. If
that's a great reference. Yeah,
there's some scary stuff in it, and you're like, ooh, is this good for kids? Of course it is. We all turned out great. We watched it in the 80s.
Yeah, I wrote down, I was getting, like, it could sit at the same cafeteria table as Stranger Things,
Yep.
Gremlins,
Oh, definitely.
Goonies, and maybe there's, like, a whiff of sort of, like, Megan as sort of, like, a newer horror film that's treading that line, but nowhere near as brutal as Megan. But has a similar, like, kind of glossiness.
Right.
But
and it could have gone brutal, like maybe Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah,
With the gore, and it's like not fun. This is fun.
This is fun
and not gory in a way of like, oh, let's shock the audience. No, it's just smart and funny, and I love the horror tropes. There's some great music stings. There's like the typical things you see in horror movies, and it's just played for like intelligent comedy, and I loved it.
I'm so glad that you found that stash of VHS when you were a tiny baby squirrel, and now you're such like a cinephile, and it's so fun because we have a lot of good conversations around here. Okay, so like one of the things that really like if you are this parent, and I'm just gonna lift something up as a visual aid. If you are a parent that has a box of your child's illustrations like this, or possibly a stack of such boxes that you take from home to home whenever you move, then this movie is gonna just like reach in and just like thump you in the heart in the best way. It's all about a girl's sketchbook and things that she's drawing, and it also has to do with a bit of a supernatural phenomenon happening in the neighborhood that I love. They do not really care too much to explain.
Right? To me, when you first see the pool of water, I was like, is that toilet water? Why is it weirdly blue? And then you find out why it's weirdly blue, but it doesn't matter why it's weirdly blue. It just is.
Yes, and we're going to try our best not to give much plot away.
Spoiler free.
So we're trying. That's very early on. So we but yes. So the sort of like supernatural phenomenon, they just kind of say, hey, these are the rules, and we don't have to really explain it, which I love. And then things start to get really wild. And if you've seen the poster, her illustrations, which have turned a bit violent lately, as she's working through a lot of grief over the loss of her mother. Well, our character Amber Wyatt, her illustrations start coming to life from the sketchbook, and I don't know about you, Squirrel, but I was anticipating the moment where I was going to see these sketches come to life, and I was saying to myself, what is this experience going to be like? Because I was remembering movies like Super 8 and Signs, in which there was a similar sort of anticipation of an oncoming threat of some kind. You were going to see a special effect, and there's always that moment when, like, does a special effect take you out of it, or is it great? And for me, the illustrations coming to life, like, worked. I don't know how they did it, but to me, they were amazing, and they were more believable to me than the aliens in Super 8 and Signs. And for me, the most far-fetched thing in the whole movie was that periodically Tony Hale, as the dad, gets the school bus to wait for him while he chats with his kids. It keeps happening through the movie. Like, hang on a minute, school bus, because I've got to chat with my kid about this. I've got to chat about this. I'm like, that's the only thing about this movie that didn't ring true.
You're saying that would not happen in
I
real
don't
life.
think they're not going to put up with that.
It didn't happen.
I love that there's no love story for the dad. It really is like Tony Hale plays the dad, and Darcy Carden plays his sister, who is a real estate agent working to, help him sell his house in the wake of this loss of their, his wife, the kid's mom. And their whole rapport and the shorthand between them is amazing. This movie does a lot of show don't tell. I never felt like we were getting an exposition dump
right?
anywhere. No. In fact, there are times when they don't even finish a sentence because they know what they're talking about. And you, as the viewer, have to kind of figure it out. To me, it was like, is this like a Phoebe Bridgers song? Like, I'm trying to understand the backstory here, and I'm trying to sift through the poetry of this movie. There's a lot of girl power in it, from the artistry of Amber's drawings to some of the stuff that happens as the excitement progresses. There's this great trio of kids that is working through solving as things just get way out of hand and chaos ensues as all of these, what happens with the illustrations gets wilder and wilder, and these kids are problem solving, and they're kind of like working on their communication and their friendship, and they're kind of giving each other some grace, and they're being funny. These kids are funny, the adults are funny, and it doesn't feel like Disney Nickelodeon tween comedy mugging. It is like genuine smart folks, the way they talk, the jokes.
It makes me think maybe they asked the kids, how would you talk in this scene? Not, hey, it's an adult has written like what he thinks or she thinks a kid would say, and it sort of comes out wrong. These kids talk like I remember talking to my friends when I was their age.
Yeah, and I feel like the writer has a very keen ear, and I feel like this movie is extremely personal. That's just my guess, that this is I think this is a debut writing of this film.
And what a good one.
And I feel like this is an extremely personal, I wouldn't be surprised if the writer has a kid who's an avid artist, or if he was an avid artist as a child, and some of this bin of illustrations is a true part of their life. It feels real. I love that the setting is middle class. I think so often when I'm watching a movie, these families are living in these mansions, and I'm like having a hard time relating sometimes. I don't often see neighborhoods and households in movies that feel really regular and sort of ground me in the familiar.
Not to keep using the E.T. Analogy, but yes, that made me feel the same way. Like the family in E.T., kind of like, well, I can relate to them.
Yeah.
And then the families in this film, it's like, I can actually relate to them.
Yes. And yeah, so I loved that. And let's see, I think that's close to what I had to say about this. I think
without any spoilers. You need to go see it. Just go see it, spend your money. This was well worth it.
Without spoiling anything too much, I do think that that the kids show a lot of moxie, and there are some the movie has a lot of nerve and I think a cool way, but and almost in a very free range Gen X-y kind of way to me, the way these kids are out in the world very independently. There's some of the techniques they use to fight when they need to are like they're actually teaching audiences a little something. So I hope that all goes well for everyone who's learning a thing or two from this movie. So I could see this is where I think the whole maybe Angel Studios thing, I have to smile a little bit because and I'm trying not to give anything away, but there's some clever use of science happens in this movie. And yeah, like total hats off to all the actors. They were amazing. Tony Hale is showing a lot of his range, getting to be this kind of a little more serious character, but we were like laughing. I heard you laughing a lot.
His reactions to things.
And you heard me laughing a lot.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like this combination of funny and busy and grieving and hoping he's nailing it as this dad, but like recognizing that he's kind of not, but just like he really is caring. But sometimes missing the mark, but willing to recognize that he is. So I think like, I just love that someone came up with something new. I'm so glad that they found a studio for this and put it out. And that's why our butts, my big butt, your little butt, we're in the seats this week. You should totally go see this movie. I would
realize we put together this review so fast. We didn't even talk about a rating system. I give it 5 out of 5 acorns.
Yes.
Thumbs up, A+, I don't know, all the good things.
I give it an entire sheet cake.
Yes, I give it 1 too.
And by the way, at the end of the movie, they give you a QR code on the screen for an app, and you can animate one of your illustrations. So I'm gonna try to do that with one of my daughter's illustrations, and maybe we'll be showing that here too. It's a lot of fun. So go see the movie Sketch. Vote with your dollars. We need people writing smart, funny, like thoughtful, like heartbreaking, and oh yeah, and maybe just one last thing is just that like what the movie had to say about grief and about like loss and like letting go of something. Like, you know, see, the movie is just really good. Yep. Like that you can, you know, the things that sometimes we're trying to hold on to, the objects that we're sometimes trying to hold on to.
It's a smart movie. It's about damn time.
So well done. I clapped in the theater. So anyway, go see it. Sketch.
And look at the anime drawings up here, over there, wherever we put them on the screen.
All right.